With how fast tech is evolving, most of us would have at least one, if not more, old smartphones lying around the house. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 new ways of bringing your old smartphone back to life. Hey guys, Omar here from C4E Tech, and if you do end up enjoying this video, then please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. Every Android device, no matter how old, comes with Wi-Fi capabilities. Today, we are going to use those capabilities to extend our Wi-Fi range using the NetShare app. So how this works is it sets up a secondary Wi-Fi network as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now the process here is really simple. We can start the Wi-Fi hotspot with default settings. After that, connecting another phone to this network is as easy as downloading the same app on the other phone and just hitting connect. We can also connect it to a Windows or Mac PC, but that needs a change in the proxy settings. All steps are explained in detail in the help section of the app itself. The free version of the app does have some data restrictions, so if you're gonna use this as a long-term solution, I suggest upgrading to the premium version. The next app on our list, iVCam, helps us use our mobile phones as a webcam. We can use it for Zoom meetings, Skype calls, or pretty much anything that requires a webcam. Now the best thing about this app is that we can set up a connection wirelessly or via USB cable as per our convenience. The latter though does require us to switch on USB debugging settings on our Android device. Now we have to also download the companion app on our Windows PC, and if the auto scan doesn't find it, then we can connect to the Windows program directly by plugging in the IP of our machine into the Android app itself. iVCam also comes with a host of options that lets us set up a desired frame rate as well as resolution from the settings menu. Speaking of cameras, we can even use our phone, or phones as the case may be, as secured cameras. Presence is one of the best apps to do it with. We can set up multiple devices as our cameras, and the setup process is dead simple. We can record using the front or back camera, and there are loads of options that we can toggle on here. One of the best ones is this dim screen option that lets us dim the screen of our phone. We can also set one of our phones as the control center, and from there we can set various rules for when these security cams will alert us. There's even motion detection capabilities on the app, so when the camera detects something or someone moving, we'll get a notification instantly. While this is very handy, it does come with 3 caveats. It needs a stable Wi-Fi connection, constant power supply, and since it's a smartphone camera, it's pretty much useless when it's pitch black. Still, it can be used for casual monitoring applications like keeping tabs on our pet or checking if we have forgotten to turn the lights off. Now, if we have an older phone with a fairly powerful CPU and GPU, we can actually consider turning them into a portable gaming console. There are a lot of apps out there that can do this, but personally, I prefer RetroArch for the amount of flexibility that it brings to the table. I am also a huge fan of Pokemon games from the Nintendo DS and 3DS era, and that's why I've set up my older devices with Drastic as well as Citra. We can even connect a Bluetooth controller, and then we don't have to deal with the finicky touch controls anymore. Now, if you guys want to do something productive with your backup device instead of gaming, then the Unified Remote app is for you. This application helps transform our device into a wireless trackpad, keyboard, or even a media remote. Connecting to the PC is as simple as installing the client application and connecting to the same network as the phone. While there are 6 default remotes in the free option, upgrading the app will unlock a ton of new features, including 70 plus new remotes and custom remote functionality. Another thing that we can do with our old Android devices, especially tablets, is turn them into a dedicated ebook reader. We constantly get notifications on our primary device, and this can distract us from our reading sessions. So having a dedicated device for reading is not a bad idea. Google Play Books as well as Amazon's Kindle app should mostly be sufficient, but if you are someone who doesn't like paying for books, then we always have open source websites like Project Gutenberg, which provides really good books for free. And for reading these downloaded books, we suggest the Moon Plus Reader app. This one suggests almost all ebook formats like EPUB and .mobi. The UI too is very user-friendly. Next up, we can use an old Android device as a budget Google Home. All we need to do is turn on OK Google detection and all the hands-free options from the assistant settings on the phone. And then we're pretty much good to go. We tried out a few commands and honestly, it worked flawlessly. Now, one thing to be noted here is that we do need a device with Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow or higher for Google Assistant to work. Our old phones can not just spruce up our homes, but can make our cars safer and smarter as well. starting with Autoboy, an app that essentially turns our phone into a dash cam. We have a choice of themes here, and jumping inside the settings menu reveals a ton of options. We can set the video quality if we wanted to take continuous photos or video, start or stop a recording by pressing a button, and a whole lot more. Of course, to get the most out of it, we do need to attach the phone using a car phone holder, and that's it, we are good to go. On top of capturing video, this app shows location and speed at which the vehicle is traveling. Sticking to the car theme, we come to smart dashboards. Well, there's always Google's on Android Auto. It's a perfectly fine option, and we can even download extra apps that work in tandem with it. But hey, here we at C4E love exploring different options, and that's why our app of choice is Automate, Car Dashboard. Opening up the app, the home screen here looks more modern with vehicle motion data, calendar, and weather. We can swipe this off if they are not necessary. Since this is a smart dashboard, we even have features like maps, calls, and music streaming services. For our last step, we are going to suggest something very basic that at times can prove to be really essential. It's an old backup phone that's always fully charged up with an active SIM inside it, stored away inside the glove box or the back of the nightstand. These backup phones can be used to make calls or send texts in cases of emergency, or if we lose or break our primary device. Now you may be thinking, Omoto, how is this a legitimate use? But trust me, if you're ever stuck in a dark house or a broken car with your primary phone dead, then this burner device will turn out to be a lifesaver. So that's 10 ways to reuse your old Android device. But since this is C4E, we definitely have a bonus tip for you guys, which is turning your smartphone into a universal remote. Like Redmi and Huawei devices, if your old smartphone comes with an IR blaster, then we can set up a single remote that controls your TV, set-top box, AC, and all that jazz. For that, we use either the built-in app like the Mi Remote or any other third-party application like Universal TV Remote. For those who don't have an IR blaster on their device, there's always the option to buy an IR blaster accessory that plugs into the 3.5mm headphone jack. But personally, I don't think it's worth the effort. That's about it for this video. Do let us know via the comments if you found any of these hacks useful. Also, how do you use your old Android device? Leave a comment, let us know. And with that, we come to the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe and all that. And oh, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.